Mabuhay! My name is Fred Doc Dossel with Mabuhay Credit Union, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all back to another episode of Mabuhay Community Corner. If you haven't visited with us here at Mabuhay Community Corner before, this is a vlog and podcast that aims to highlight and to honor our Mabuhay community. Here with me today is Chef Lemuel Rivera Guiyab, the chef and owner of Silog Filipino Fusion Restaurant in Torrance, California. Chef, how you doing? Thanks so much for being here with us today.
Hey Fred, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a pleasure. You're obviously one of our advisory council members here at the credit union, and we want to take this time to to highlight what you're doing, right? If you don't mind, Chef, can you share with us a little bit about your background, particularly as it relates to being a Filipino American?
I was born and raised in the Philippines. Grew up in Galas, Quezon City. Came here when I was 11. I'm a son of an immigrant. You know, my family and I moved to Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee first. And at the age of 15, I decided to come out here in California to live with my uncle for schooling. And I love the weather here, the warm weather, the people, and I'm here ever since. Never left.
Nice. I didn't realize your path took you to Knoxville, Tennessee, before out here in LA. So we're definitely glad that you made that decision to move over here in SoCal. Now, how did you get started in the restaurant industry?
I've always been in the restaurant industry. I started working when I was 15. I was working at Yoshinoya, serving beef bowls, and worked for a Japanese restaurant for 10 years, a couple of years in French restaurant. So it's always been my passion. I love the industry. I love being around people, being around food. So it's always been a passion of mine, uh, whether cooking, serving, or being a busboy. I was a cook, I was a cashier, you name it, I was doing it all. I just love being around food.
Okay. And then, Silog, for particularly for Filipinos, that definitely resonates, right? Was there any, what led you to naming your restaurant Silog?
It's one of my favorite Filipino food. So silog is it's a breakfast. It's a comfort food. Um, Nothing fancy. Everyone eats silog, but I wanted to elevate the name, right? So I mean, you can get silog anywhere in the Philippines, but I wanted to have something that we could be proud of here in the U.S. So you know, and I wanted to do what makes me happy, which is breakfast, Filipino breakfast that makes me happy anytime, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So I was just following my gut, what I love to do.
That's awesome. I mean, that's definitely the recipe for success right there, right? Follow your passion. Now, where we're currently in right now, this is, we're right in the midst of global COVID-19 pandemic, right? And that's affected everyone, particularly small businesses, specifically in the food industry. Can you share with us a little bit about how you were able to pivot and adapt to the new normal?
Last year we had to close for a couple of months, back in March, April, and half of May. We just had a baby too, our fourth kid. So, we wanted to keep everyone safe at home and also the public. When we reopened in mid-May, we knew we had to do something different. We had to change things up. So we had to change our business model from a sit down to a QSR, which is a quick service restaurant. And we had to scale down our hours. We had to close one extra day. We also had to figure out a way how we can promote our kamayan, because no one was dining in anymore. And a big of our revenue comes from the kamayan feast that we hold at Silog. And so we had to figure out a way how we can still provide the Kamayan. So it was actually the pandemic that birthed the Kamayan kit. So we figured out that we can package it, you know, made everything ready, and all the customer has to do is just to lay it down on a table at their own homes, and still provide the experience, the Kamayan experience, and and make people happy through our food. So not all negative came from the pandemic, right? So
Right.
so a few good things came out of that, and we had to realize, we had to experience it, that it was about perspective, right? Just because a lot of restaurants are closing down, we don't want to be part of the statistics. So we we thought of something where we could still be valuable for the community. And our goal is to you know provide good food and bring family and friends together through food, right?
That's right. Yeah, and I personally, I can definitely testify to your Kamayan, because I think there was a brief moment there where my group actually held the record for the biggest Kamayan group at Silog. So I am I'm glad that you're keeping that alive in a different format, but again, just shows the flexibility of adapting to the challenges. Right now, another way that that Silog has been able to adapt, much like some of the other folks in the restaurant industry right now, particularly in the Filipino community, I've noticed, is that you have been very active in terms of honoring and feeding the frontliners, right? We've actually had the opportunity to work with you in multiple locations doing this. Can you talk about how that got started?
During those times we were closed for 2 months, we want to stay active, but at the same time, we wanted to keep the baby safe too. you know um at that time, my wife was pregnant, right? We were expecting our fourth kid. But at the same time, we wanted to do something positive for the community. uh I remember around that time everyone was scared, like the news was all negative. And we just wanted to do something that will cheer up the community, our fellow kababayans. So and we all know how hard the frontliners do for us. How much sacrifice they do every time they go to work, the amount of risk they have to take every time they go to work. So we decided to cheer them up. I mean, we were closed anyway, you know, um, and we had extra inventory in the fridge, in the freezer. So we decided to provide meals for the local hospitals in South Bay. And next thing we posted a couple of those pictures online, and people kind of saw it and started hitting me up asking, hey, can we sponsor you guys, including you guys, right? Mabuhay, some other local companies in South Bay, they were hitting me up asking how they can donate food to local hospitals. So it became something positive, right? So it was the energy that was going around. I mean, we didn't think we were gonna make it. We thought we were done for good. Because we've been closed for 2 months, and all I hear every week, this restaurant closed, that restaurant closed, and I'm like, are we gonna be next? So I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just do something nice, right? Let's just, we got the inventory. Let's just provide. Let's cheer them up. So we did that, and it became like this energy. It kind of snowballed. And we were actually busy every week, like almost every day. People were hitting us up, asking us if we can donate to this hospital and that hospital. So hey, let's do it, right? And things got a little better, and we decided to reopen back in mid-May. And when we came back, all that love came back to us. The community showed love. we were busy, from morning to dinner. We got so busy that everyone was helping out. My mom, my cousins, my friends. Because we couldn't keep up. And we didn't do that so we could market. So I mean, we did it because we want to show our appreciation to the frontliners, right? I got some cousins who are nurses, so I know how hard it is to be out there, working at the front line. So, and like I said, thanks to the community, thanks to you guys. You guys supported us. It was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. We experienced the love, and also um, just having faith, man. You could say the universe or God, blessed us, but it's true. Like if you have faith, uh, God's gonna take care of everything.
That is, I mean, I got goosebumps right now because I mean that's definitely turning something that isn't, obviously a huge negative, turning it around, making it a positive. And what better way to honor our frontliners than with a gift of Filipino food, right? So hats off to you and your entire team and your family for all that you do. Thank you so much for for being with us today, helping enlighten our viewers about the restaurant industry in general, about Silog in particular, and how you continue to serve our Mabuhay community despite the current challenges brought about by the current pandemic. Now, do you have any parting words for our audience here before we wrap up?
Just wish everyone to be safe, because we're not in the clear yet. I think the virus is gonna stay here forever. So just stay safe, keep safe, and spend more time with family, right? Um, and keep supporting your small local businesses out there, like us. And thank you guys. Thank you, Fred, for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you. Definitely, from the entire Mabuhay family to you and yours. Thank you so much for all that you do. So now, folks, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to our channel and follow our show, as well as the rest of the content that we put up. In closing, allow me to share today's penny for your thoughts. Walang tiyaga, walang nilaga. That means no pain, no gain. Salamat, stay safe, and mabuhay. Subscribe.